another term that the days you used to post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Another term that you made me ni learn Jack. I think I learned this from you. Was that phrase character development? You know?
Kwanza nyinyi wajaka, my god.
Yes, you know kitu. I think ulipatianaga hiyo story. So nazataka wacha tukuulize juu hiyo story tena. So what had happened, I remember it was a graduation story.
So I was dating someone and we met when we were in med school.
Yeah.
The less I say about that relationship, the better. It was not a healthy relationship at all.
But it was not physical. Hakukuwa na like physical violence. Yeah. Well.
Anyway, so he had his graduation, right? And by then I'd dropped out of med school. And he had repeated a class. So his sister caught up with him because his sister also ended up being a doctor. And so then him and his sister were graduating on the same day. So of course it's a big deal. 2 children from the same family wanakuwa madaktari. Kaniambia hapana hakuna graduation party. We're just going to have like dinner as a family.
Yeah.
Mi nikakubali tu yo uongo. Kumbe there was a graduation party. Na madem wake wote walikuweko. Crying in different corners. Alafu kulikuwa na main girlfriend. Mwenye alikuwa hapo wanatapanga picha, she's feeding him graduation cake. So when I found out that I was not alone. Tulikuwa assistants wengi sana.
Kaa ngapi?
Like there were 4 other babes.
Hey, damn.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
how did he do it? No,
Yeah.
he was a very good looking man. First there was that. And then plus alikuanga, vibes. No, one thing that women are talented. They can make you feel look at you agreeing.
Yeah.
Actually he was studying.
Medicine. Yeah.
Medicine.
Yes, yeah,
They have to pass through a lot of bodies.
Yeah, but bodies is not the hardest thing in med school.
See, we are try to enjoy a body
I'm just
count.
trying-
A
That's
body
what it
count.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Yeah, I was slow for a second, but I caught up. Thank you. That was a good one. Well done. Yeah, so that's when now I just knew character development. And character development, if you ask any babe in this city, there's always that one man who, and you think about him and feel, in Spanish, it's called godidimoko. Yeah, and you just feel
Shivers.
just a shiver runs down your spine. There's always that one person where ukitoka kwa hiyo relationship you're like me. If I don't turn to witchcraft or devil worship, it is by the grace of God. Because why?
Lazima mulijuaje? Because I'm thinking hii ni kitambo. Movement was not as easy. So mlijuaje, mlijipata ama uliona photos baadaye?
I was told.
Oh, okay.
I was informed by someone who was at the party, who even them they didn't know until they saw everyone congregated. So until I asked myself, yani me was even told there was no party. Was I the one who was being saved from humiliation? I was so low down in the hierarchy that I was not even invited. Like I don't know.
These others were invited.
Yeah.
The main one plus hao wengine.
Yeah.
So wetu ndio uko invite you.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe ulikoshamwambia you don't do poly anything.
I don't think even those other ones did poly. Whether it's polygon, polyamorous, polythene, polyester, they didn't do it. That's why they were crying. I think all of those babes found out that same day that there were assistant girlfriends.
They were crying because of the polytechnics.
Not the polytechnic. You're funny. I like you.
So like but siniwa peke yake cause ile time ulikuwa nateta juu ya character development ulituweka sisi wote kwa hiyo nini.
No. Sometimes you have to do it for the sake of comedy.
Yeah. But sisi wote.
No, because I'm with a Luo man now.
Yeah. Okay. So your shift from medicine to media, how did that happen?
I don't know. I think first of all, medicine. My mental health was in the in the toilet in hell, in a latrine in hell. So it was bad. So I had to leave. Like I was like, if I don't leave, I'm going to die. And then a year or so went by, and then I was like, okay, fine, I've left this life path. Sana fa kufanya nini? So uko lost mepotea, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And then I had that homeboys were having auditions. Kajipeleka.
Ulianza kana homeboys?
Yeah, that's
Niko najua ulianza na Kiss.
Hapana, ilikuwa homeboys.
Yeah, okay.
Started with homeboys, then left homeboys because I was not a serious person. And then I don't know what I posted that Caroline Mutoko, so bless her, by the way, she's amazing. So then she invited me, like, why don't you come talk about it on Kiss Breakfast? So I went and I spoke about it, and then she was like, would you like to be on radio again? I was like, yes. So then from then on it's been consistent. I've been on air in some form since then.
Oh, okay.
And it's that happened in 2013. Yeah.
Oh, so mostly more rewind. So like, I just had to rewind kabisa to go back to growing up. Uli grow up wapi?
I grew up in South B.
Oh, South Bay.
Although when we were born we lived in Bahati, and then we moved to South B, and I was, I think, four years old. Yeah.
Oh, what happened to dad's paycheck? Because hiyo ni upgrade from Baha to
Yeah, but even in Baha it was like a estate huko that were like bungalows.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember there was
These
a
are civil
compound and we
servants.
had, it was a civil servant. Yeah. So from the day he left school to the day he retired, he was a civil servant. He
Yeah.
never did anything else. Yeah.
So taizo how ya nini Baha ilikuwa civil servant, ingine pia ilikuwa civil servant.
So now this one he bought the house,
Oh,
but there
okay.
he was living in civil servant quarters. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, and then we grew up in South B.
Siblings mlikuwa ngapi?
We're 3 girls,
Oh, 3 girls.
and I'm the middle child. The one who Aki mom, I'm sorry. Nilistress your mama, Aki, gosh.
Yeah. So ulimstress aje?
Mi nakwanga na mdomo. You know, there we say we're not supposed to answer back. Me answered back. I used to question everything. I'm told do something. I'm like, why? So yeah, my mom she was thinking, what kind of demon child is this? Wale wengine unawambia enda kitchen nilete, wanaenda to me. I'm asking why. Ashina huyu mtoto wa shetani in my house. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so nini attitude ya budako towards sons, did you ever feel like he wished he had a son?
You know, I actually asked him directly. And he said me, I'm the most spoiled man in Nairobi.
Yeah.
If he had any regrets, he never told us. He never showed us. He never showed us that we were less than. In fact, he's the one that used to tell us, never allow any one son to treat you any kind of way. Na venye ulikuwa unasema method acting, I learned about a healthy relationship from watching my parents' marriage.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was a good man.
Oh, okay.
He was a very good man.
Because nini, like, even one of the things that I also saw, like, on your Facebook, I've seen consistently, is you mourning your dad.
Yeah.
So how's that relationship? Because it must have been.
Oh yeah, my dad
really
and I was a daddy's girl tangu nizaliwe. Alafu pia the thing that made us even closer is when I was a little baby, I looked like my dad.
Yeah.
Now is when I've grown up, I have my, now it's very clear that niko na features za mamangu. Like nikiwa mtoto, me and my dad, spitting image. Tulikuwa tunatembea together hivi pamoja. Everywhere my dad went, I wanted to be there. Alafu he was so playful, he was such a jovial man. Alikuwa anapenda kucheka, hata tukiwa watoto. Alikuwa hizi ma story books, anakam kutusomea bedtime stories, hata kufanya voices different. And this is in the 80s. You know, these are things that are unheard of. Alafu pia, like, just talking to you, always being present, always, like, homework. He was always there to check the homework. He's the one that taught me how to swim. He's the one that taught me how to drive. You know, like, always there, always present. Na pia mimi and like sisangu wote wawili walikuwa na very special relationship with our dad. Everyone had a very special relationship with. Sikwati alikuwa na favor huyu mwingine alafu you know, he was just a really, he was a great dad.
Yeah. Because your reflection, so it means there were no fights like you didn't see them arguing
No, there were,
when you
but
saw
they-
them arguing
No, we could tell wameenda kuargue mahali, like you can hear they've entered the bedroom, but there was nothing, like they were walikuanga very careful
Yeah.
to shield ati sasa tusione ati wanashautiana. Walikuwa very careful ndio wasituonyeshe ati wamekasikiriana wanaongeleshana vibaya. That never happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good because I'm raising a daughter and I'm always afraid because I think the time when most dads lose their daughters
Yeah, for teenage 20s.
teenagehood.
Yeah.
Na 20s. So hapo hamkuwa na rough patch.
I think also the thing that helped is now the rough patch kwangu ilikam between me and my mom. So nikiwa teenager mi na mamangu hatukuwa tuna get along at all, hatukuwa tunasikizana hata kidogo. So of course it becomes that my dad was now the one who's there for me.
Yeah.
And that usually happens. Like I think what happens, I don't think it's dads that lose their daughters in teenagehood. It's mothers and daughters.
Yeah,
They're the ones
yeah.
that lose each other in teenagehood. So if you're to show your daughter that no matter what happens, mi niko tu. Hata mkipigana na mamako. And then also, please teach that girl how to respect her mother. Because my dad did not tolerate any form of disrespect. And I could be a little shit. I could be very disrespectful towards my mom. With my old age, I can say that very openly and freely. But my dad did not tolerate disrespect. But it was also, nilikuwa tu najua, hata nikimess up kiaje, babangu bado atakuwa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So ukisema hakuwa na tolerate nini ilikuwa? Like ulikuwa na some form of
Hapana, never.
Yeah. So what
No.
was the punishment?
No, he will talk to you and he will show you. And that's one thing that I loved about my dad. He taught us right from wrong. Si juu ati tulikuwa tunachapwa. So unafanya the right thing juu you're afraid of feeling pain. You do the right thing because you know it's the right thing to do. Not because unaogopa kusikia uchungu.
Yeah.
Unaogopa kuchapwa. And that's why most Kenyans behave funny.
Yeah.
Because the
violence.
You're raised on violence, so you survive on violence and you enforce violence.
Yeah.
Me, that's why if I was ever to have children, even at this late stage, I don't think I'd beat them. Me, I keep saying, I'll beat. I can't. Yeah.
So
that doesn't mean that my dad and I never fought. He was not a perfect person.
yeah, no one is.
Yeah, but from the day I was born until the day he died, there was no day that I did not know that I was loved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's some powerful shit, man. Because
I miss you, Daddy.
asaizi vile mtu wangu, of course she's super young. She's like 8 years old. But
It is not super young.
we are super tight right now.
And that's
like
that's not going to change. Kwanza
Yeah,
by
yeah,
8. By
yeah.
8 is not young. If you have her at that age, you'll have her forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so because me ile time tu muogopa ni teenagehood because teenagehood muogopa because of boys. The fact that girls think they are nice boys out there.
And you know better.
Are filthy. Like teenage boys especially, we are nasty.
Nasty, filthy creatures.
Yeah. I remember like the stories we used to have in high school. There's one story sijai sahau.
Yeah.
And that guy right now is like one of the top pharmacists hapa Kenya. Tukiwa seko.
Utaniambia baadaye.
There's this guy alikuwa anatuambia vile alikuwa amenoki cousin yake. Like first cousin.
Ew.
Uzojo. Alafu by that
First
time
cousin meaning wazazi ni masibling.
yes. And
Anyway,
you understand
there
that
also
that was common talk amongst boys. That was common talk.
Yeah. Unataka tuende huko?
Nasema?
Hapana, sasa tusiende.
Nataka tuende kwa Yesu.
Hapana.
Yeah.
Tusiende tafadhali.
Yeah, tusiende kwa Yesu. So that's the level of like after that conversation in high school, I would not even trust my daughter around first cousins. That's how much that stayed with me. I was like, this guy actually joked
You're like,
about
these
this.
boys are disgusting because you know what is happening in their heads.
And then sasa I think hiyo pia ilikuwa nini, unakumbuka hii room moja, kuna hii room moja ya NMG. Memory yangu aga messed up, but was there a studio ama a space? There was a space between Nation FM and QFM.
There
used to be
was
like
there was
like
there was,
office
there was a
space.
Nation FM, there was QFM, and then there used to be a production studio.
Yeah, your production studio.
Yeah.
Kwa hiyo production studio pia
I
like
know that there used to be
a lot of talk. Unakumbuka like
hey, guys used to come and
watu walikuwa nafungua roho. Kuna siku mtu pia shaifungua hapo roho juu ya kazini yake.
I don't think I was there in that room.
No,
that I would not have forgotten that.
Kuna mtu alifungua garoji ya kuza yake sasa na I was like yeah,
Ew!
Yeah, that was nasty.
Guys, please leave your family alone. We are 7 billion on Earth. There's someone for you that you don't share DNA with. Do you know how close a relative, a first cousin is?
Yeah, I know.
There is, you know me, I watch and listen to a lot of true crime. And then, you know, like these Ancestry DNA, 23 and Me, all those. So what, how now these detectives and whatnot, how they're solving cold cases is, like, you know, back in the day, you'd leave DNA, but, you know, they couldn't, the DNA, the technology didn't exist then. But then now as the technology has progressed, so now they'll go to a crime that was committed in the 1970s. Of course, this person left DNA. So they'll test the DNA and they'll run it through a system. And if you are this person's cousin and you put your DNA in ancestry.com or something like that, you share enough DNA with that person for them to call you and be like, hey, do you have a cousin who was living in Kisumu in 1973? That's how much DNA cousins share.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a taboo. Because if two people who are so closely related go and have babies.
Yeah, if they have any defects kwa your line.
Have you watched this movie called The Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah,
There's just
Horror.
Guys just look dodgy. The eyes are weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you're not supposed to sleep with your family.
But unajua kuna
Stop it.
kuna rich people who do that. You know that, huh? You've had like
Yeah, just because they have money doesn't make it right. It's so
They
gross.
keep
No,
it.
can you say no, I'm itchy? This story is actually
Hey, I know.
because I have
know.
first cousin men that I love very much, but
so nakwambia now with that nakwambia that at that age that's why fathers are overprotective because you don't trust any man around your kid. You don't trust any man.
The best way
boy.
is just to keep those lines of communication open with
Yeah.
her. Let her hear those things from you. Not from anybody else. And then also this thing of scaring kids about sex. Ukiniletea mimba hapa. They don't have sex anyway.
Yeah.
Even us, we were scared like that and we still had the sex.
Yeah.
I'm not a virgin. I haven't been for a long time. But yeah, kids were still having sex.
Fikra ni fikra.
Kuna hiyo
Wow, you're dropping them,
yeah.
Mic drop. Yeah, just keep those lines of communication open, because that's what my dad did with me. Just keep those lines of, and then or when you feel like you're losing her, just do dates. Also, one thing that my dad did is to take me places, nice places, so that he was like, I'm going to take you to these beautiful places, these lovely restaurants. You're going to travel, you're going to see the world, so that no one's son comes and can confuse you because they bought you a plate of food.
Because chips was the ish in the 90s.
Hey.
Me, I was taken for steaks, and I used to be taken to dinner in Serena. Like my dad showed us the world.
Maybe that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Empower them.
Yeah.
Just expose them to all these things.
So that at and now someone is taking me to Serena, and I've lost my mind because I've never seen such things before in my life. I have seen them, I have lived them.
Alafu pia hope like my daughter meets the man I became after meeting the mother, not the man I was before. Because I was a horrible human being. Like I was just out there.
You were trash.
Nilikuwa trash.
Guy, this.
But to be fair, let me just tell you this: your daughter, and this will be hard for you to see because she's your baby, and you cannot see her in any other way.
Yeah.
But even her, she'll go through a period where she was trash. She's trash. Yeah. I was a trash girl, silly girl. Even if you've encountered madam wengine, I tell you like, where were you raised, and by whom? You know. Yeah. So everyone goes through their trash phase. But even as she's going through that trash phase, just I love you regardless.
Yeah,
that girl has to know that she is. loved. And there's also this tradition that I used to see in Kikuyu weddings that I remember even hearing my dad saying it's a bad tradition. We've been to back in the day at a Kikuyu wedding where the girl's parents buy her a bed.
Yes.
It's to show her huku umetoka, now you belong there. My dad used to tell me, no matter what happens, hata ukienda uolewe, this is your home.
This is your home, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives you such confidence. Yeah. And then you really love the person who gave you that confidence. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because me so far so good. And because ukiendaga online nakwaga interesting, because I even had this other guy called Andrew Tate. You know Andrew Tate?
Of course I know who Andrew Tate is.
So Andrew Tate pia alikuwa naambia to do not be tight with your children. No check it. So I feel like saizi pia mentorship for men, like there's so much of it happening out
it's
here.
It's so negative.
Yeah, that mtu atashindwa like kusieve nini.
Yeah, you're wondering, now these are the boys that are going to be eyeing your daughter. Fam.
If it's going to be
actually, I was reading something about Andrew Tate where the teachers in the UK who are actually raising the alarm because the people who are watching Andrew Tate the most are teenage boys. Because men in their 30s, I will look at Andrew Tate and like,
I already know who I am.
This is stupid. Like you can't tell me what kind of man to be. I'm already a man.
Yeah.
But these young men in their formative years are the ones who are being told, don't be tight with your children.
Kids, yeah.
Never at women are this way, women are that way. That's the mentorship they're getting, which is scary.
Yeah.
Which is scary. That's why like even when I talk about that person that I will not name, the people who he has a real influence over. It's not your age mates. You'll watch him and you laugh.
Yeah.
Because unajijua tayari. Sindio? Lakini hao wengine who are young enough to allow someone to define what manhood is for them.
Yeah.
That is why I say these people. That's why I say Kevin Samuels was a dangerous man. So I say this other one is a dangerous man. Hata huyu mwingine wa masculinity Saturday on Twitter. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Because the people who listen to him, his acolytes, they're young. People men in their 30s will read, they'll be like, there's some things they'll agree with because patriarchy and toxic masculinity. But the other things will be like, in ujinga, and you move on. Yeah. Okay. That's why I say these people are dangerous. Yeah, because when you think about it as a father of a daughter, these boys will grow up.
Yeah, najua.
And then
itakuwa ni shida juu ya shida.
Yeah.
Alafu so tukigo back to Seko lenda gabi?
You're going to judge me.
Yeah.
I was in Kianda.
Ulipelekwa ubabini kabisa.
I knew it. There we go.
Ubabini. So now it makes sense because kila watu wajui ni vile nipigia Ciru nikimwambia kuja podcast alikuwa zile za na usitumia sheng deep. I'm like, hii sheng yetu, have I lost you at any point? No.
I feel like you're really unaongea kijuju because the others.
I always speak this way.
Because there's some things that I see online. Chende tu nashika ni na, mimi, wewe, sisi. All the other words, I don't know that person has said.
But yo, si. As, because even as Iko Nini, kuna mimi, I'm over 40, Rapture is over 40, Ian is over 30.
Oh my God, I haven't seen Rapture in so long.
Yeah.
Akimsalimia mgotea sana. Yaje Rapture.
Yeah.
Oro waku, modo ito.
Yeah. So, sisi ni watu wa, hata tukisikia Shembeteng, we always joke about it because we don't understand anything. Apart from Shembeteng, kuna Shengtezo. So those ones are the ones.
So Shembeteng is the one that has Mbete in the middle.
The boom. Yeah. So, like your name would be Shimbitiro.
It sounds like na sound matus.
Sasa tuko na Shimbitiro. Yeah, you see. So that's
Muriuki.
Yeah. Una add vitu.
Yeah.
So Kianda, damn, uko ni ubabini. Like how is life hapo?
They taught us how to be ladylike, and then when we graduated from we became demons. No, it was a good school. It was the things I describe about school. People look at me like guy. When I talk about how we had like when we were served lunch, those lunch and those dessert, we had our table napkins that we put in pigeonholes. Our classes, like me, I know now they have more than one stream, but when I was in Canada, there was only one stream that had 37 students. We had wooden lockers.
na fee ilikuwa pesa ngapi? Lazima ilikuwa ridiculous.
It wasn't ridiculous, but even right now if you're to google Canada school fees, you can afford to take your daughter there.
Yeah, angalia tuone.
Pull up the numbers.
Hey, because I see schools of 1 million shillings a term.
Yeah? No, I wasn't in Turi. Now Turi is Ubabini. Never told you I went to Turi.
Yeah. Hey, nani alienda Turi, si ndio?
Nani?
Anaitwa Matrax.
Yeah, Matrax alikuanga Turi. Pull up Turi's fee structure.
I pulled up Canada. You made
Yeah.
So, Turi, the fee structure.
St. Austin.
Yeah. Andrews.
St. Andrews Turi, not St. Austin. St. Austin is the one in Lavington.
Yeah, njo. Kwa nini uko na small dreams?
Why they used to have purple uniforms and they had a really good basketball team when I was in school.
Yeah. I remember they used to, even there's an Iko Nini fan that was telling us he went to the US na St. Austin's.
Yeah.
Walienda kucheza b-ball and then his mother was there. So after hapo akawahepa akaenda kujoin mother yake. Afu alikuwa anatuambia like ilifika time akisikia tu a knock at the door and assume ni ice.
What?
Scared. But now he's
he got his papers in order.
Fully American.
Oh, good.
Aitwa Alex Red.
I don't even know how
I remember those. I remember this guy called Kingsley Makoha. Back in the day, he used to be the basketball.
What? Okay.
I don't even know how
you want me to read them? Okay, guys, I'm going to read this. This is Turi, right?
Yeah.
So we're starting from year 9.
Yeah.
Yoni?
Year 9 is like
Form 1. Form 1.
So year 9 is 550,400 shillings a term. That's a day school. Weekly boarding, like if you board during the week and then you go home for the weekends, I suppose, is 804,300 per term.
Damn.
Full boarding, 846,800 per term. Okay. Then years 10 and 11 day school is 596k. I don't know why year 10 and 11 the fees goes up by like about, I want to say 30 Gs, 40k per term. And then boarding year 10 and 11 is 871,600 shillings. And year 10 and 11 full boarding is 917,500 per term. Check International School of Kenya.
Fun enough, vile Matrax
you live in Ciru or around that
Kabete.
You're in the village that feeds Kitisuru.
Upper Kabete or Lower Kabete?
Lower.
Gaviga.
Yeah.
You know Gaviga?
Yes. It's a pretty place.
Yeah.
The air is very clean.
Yeah.
It's really nene.
Yeah.
Afu you can just kuzile yao waga.
Si mbali na we steep here, so.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah.
Iko close kabisa. But saa vile Matrax alitaja hiyo
$7 dollars.
Hatuko nini?
Unataka kufanya maths.
Mathematician afanye hiyo.
What is the exchange rate right now?
Around kona nunua ni 150. Kona nunua just
PK is
150.
pre-kindergarten is $17,000 a year. Kindergarten is $27,000,
Yes.
900.
So that's 2.55.
From the 1st to 5th grade is $29,000. Fuck me. $29,484.
Yes. That's 3 million basically.
Yes. Mukodi.
But sasa
the highest fees per year is $33,000. It actually costs more than some colleges in the United States per year.
Yeah, that's 5M. So swali ni after having like saizi wenye vile unajua vitu zina happen, do you think it's worth it right now, those fees? Because during our time I feel like it was worth it, because even you want a computer shule lazima ungeenda private. Saizi it's not as much.
Now it's not just about the facilities, it's about the networks. So now nowadays opportunities is kujuana. So ukipeleka mtoto shule ya nguvu ka hiyo, you know that the classmates are who's who. So people go to those schools not because mko na computer ama swimming pool, because nowadays a lot of cheaper private schools have the same facilities. It's because of who you know. It's to build those networks and those communities.
So ungekuwa na hiyo pesa ungepeleka mtoi?
I would. If I had Turi money, my child would be in Turi.
Yeah, me, because I feel like that's too much. I don't know why, honestly, but I feel like it's too much because I can understand at some point like private schools had everything that public schools didn't have, but I feel like internet imekama ika-equalize vitu. Alafu about networking, I'm like, yeah, that's too much to network.
No, honestly, if you're supposed to see it as an investment, kama napatna hiyo do yote patam, so that mtoto wangu akimaliza uni, your first job, hakuna, what is stomaching, what is struggling, what is your first job, you're at a paid internship. Now your internship, you're getting paid like someone who's at work. Or if you want to start a business, if you want to do a startup, giving that advantage in life for me is so worth it.
Yeah, I know.
So if you're thinking it's too much, maybe it's above your pay grade.
Which
if you had a salary of like 2 million shillings a month, and above.
2 million shillings half ni spent $500,000.
But that's
like
per term.
160. That's like 170 per month from the 2 million.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about it, but I feel like sometimes the schools are overpriced and
lakini SK siwezi peleka mtoto wa mtu huko. I'm sorry.
ISK.
Because I know someone who worked as their school doctor, and she was saying the things she used to see.
Nini gonna happen?
You know the things that you see in school in an American high school. Same people
Cocaine.
kissing, you want please. I don't want such a I'm taking my 13-year-old to the doctor and she has chlamydia. Please, I would die. I would actually die.
Mimi nipate mtoi ana kiss dota wangu bado akiwa tutakosana.
That boy would not have a mouth.
Like tutakosana.
See how you will kiss for the rest of your life.
And then now the dad is rich, now I'm there being held for assaulting a kid. So naangalia hizo naona nene. So okay, so menda Kianda 844 system ama different?
844.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then after 844 ukaitwa medicine.
Well, I got in through the parallel program because Kianda we did well in school. So we were good at exams. I think the year we cleared, I think we were 5th in the country, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So then I went to med school, hated it, and then you know the rest. Yeah.
So ulienda aje through parallel? Si parallel kwaga ulikuwa na harakisha ama grades?
No, parallel is no, of course, like you don't, your grades are not good enough to get in through regular, because the guys who got in through medicine regular program were straight A's. All right, so I didn't have straight A's, but I had decent grades. So of course your cutoff is low and then your fees are much higher.
No, unataka kufanya medicine? Is this something you wanted to do?
Not really. It's just
why
that I was always a good student. So I always did well in school, and so if you do well in school, then people assume you're going to go be a doctor.
Yeah.
And then my dad didn't want me to be a lawyer for some reason, because my dad was a lawyer, so he didn't want me to be a lawyer. Yeah, alikata. He said no.
Your industry.
He was a lawyer. He was like, he refused, because even he never really practiced law. He finished law school and then went into Gava. Yeah.
Maybe kuna vitu alikuwa amejiona hapo zile.
I think alijionea vitu akasema not my child.
So the first day nini ilikuwa UON ama?
Yeah, it was UON.
Yeah, the first day Chiromo ilikuwaje? Cause reason nakuuliza for like the Iko Nini day once they know the story I normally give them of tukiwa campo because I was doing BSc. There's a time that someone
ulikuwa Chiromo pia? Yeah. BSc nini?
BSc Maths Chemistry.
So you guys all called in that chemistry building. Did you go to Did you go to Rosina for lunch?
Yeah. We did that. But Rosina, I don't think I could afford it, so could end up once in a while. Si tulikuwa wale used to call us obohos.
No, where you used to go across the bridge.
Yeah.
And then even me, I ate there where you have like rice and some beans, but you just have stones, and it was like 15 shillings. I've eaten that food.
Yeah. So tusiko tunaenda mess.
Yeah.
It was mess.
The mess, yeah.
Yeah, tunaenda the mess. So niko na patia watu
kunywa yellow flow.
Niko na patia watu story ya vile a friend of ours came and told us that he could get a job at Chiromo Mortuary and it was going to pay us 900 shillings a night.
Wow.
Just to deal with the dead bodies as they come in at night. So tukasikizana.
Job ningeifanya.
Me and a friend of mine called Norbert tukasikizana like unajua nini tutaenda jioni.
First of all, I'm laughing because
Yeah.
no, but okay, go on. No,
So-
but
Mi nikafika, I was in hall 10, sindio? So nikaenda nikafika kwa bridge. There was this bridge that was connecting ukienda Siromo hosi Chiromo. Then something told me like, wewe you can't deal with maiti. Then I went back.
ukarudi.
Nikarudi.
So it was that bridge past the nani, past the rugby
Yes,
pitches.
yeah. No, but decided to go. So he went, and apparently that day there was a very bad accident that 2 twin girls were brought in. And all of the twin girls, kuna moja like alikuwa amegongwa mpaka macho ziko zina hang with the nini, what is it called?
With the optic nerve.
Yeah, optic nerve.
Damn.
Alafu yes ameingia ameona that's the first day, that's baptism by fire. Then ule
he had bad luck because it was very rarely that bad.
Yeah, mse alikuwa hapo alikuwa someone who was used to seeing dead bodies.
So akafanyika tarudisha tu macho ndani hivi.
Aliamua kuangusha hiyo macho. This guy could not wait for morning kufika, then he quit. Like he just
kuangusha wapi, like he just
like alafu akai just made it roll just to scare the ish. This dude was so scared. Alafu alikuwa anasema the night became so long.
Hey,
like unaangalia
like,
hivi alafu
kukuchi.
you're so scared because awezi rudi hall. So unajua unaogopa hiyo distance ya hall 10.
Yeah, because especially after what you've seen, you see no main campo. The distance from Chiromo to hall 10.
Yeah,
it's
when it's dark, it's
dark.
You feel like you're walking 50 miles. Jesus Christ.
After that was before Ubers, and because right now you can quit a job at any moment with a quit saa 9. So alisema God, the night was very long. So what was your first experience seeing a dead body? Because you did na cadavers the first year.
Yeah, so my first experience was not actually the bodies in the mortuary. Those ones we went to see them later out of morbid curiosity. So yeah, it was just you start dissection anzanga na matako na rasa.
Yeah.
That's the first thing because it has the biggest muscles in the bodies. It has see your the gluteus maximus, medius and minimus, and then the sciatic nerve is a big one. It's this. So you start dissecting where you're dealing with big structures. So yeah, the first time I ever saw a dead body, it was rolled over. We saw its ass, and then we dissected it. Yeah.
Me, the only time I feel like ass has a muscle is when I see someone twerking. Otherwise, I always assume it's just fat.
Kutwaka hata si muscle, ni mafuta unaona ikibounce.
Yes, hiyo mafuta inamoviwa na nini?
See, by force, you're throwing it back. I thought you're talking about the one that
the
does
girls
this.
would even do this.
I know those are muscles. Those are people who know how to isolate their muscles. Their muscles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alafu story ilikuwa gati those were Masai bodies. Was it true? Like they used at the University of Nairobi used to go and collect Jingong forest. There used to be a theory like
I don't know
Masais.
whether it was collected, but yeah, there were a few Masais. Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't 100% false. I don't know. I can't speak now as to whether they were collected or not. But yeah. I know we were told, but I don't remember. It was a very long time ago. I joined med school when I was 19. I'm 41 now. So it's been a long time, but I do remember there were Masais. Yeah.
Because they don't bury their dead, they just throw them.
But also
that was the
people
theory.
used to do that. That's why even someone from another part of Kenya comes to our funerals, they're like, Allah, hivo tu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we give you our bad food and then you go back to Nairobi.
Have an appointment at 4.
Yeah, by the way, you'll get your appointment.
Yeah, kulikuwa mnabari tuna mnabari tuna mna nini.
Alafu hiyo story ya pia kupigwa picha na the coffin. I'm told people don't understand that it's not done anywhere else.
Yeah, you pick up picha na coffin.
Yeah, you stand at the children.
Okay.
It doesn't happen.
You pick picha na.
Although we didn't do that when my
these
dad
days,
died.
Lakini these days guys
not as
wanasema
much.
no photography.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hiyo ni nini?
Yeah, we have funeral photography.
So nini lilifanya basi ukatoka like
I did not want to be there, and also medicine is not easy.
I know the part
It's
that it's
hard.
not easy.
And
So it's your dad who wanted you to be a doctor?
no, my dad just wanted me to do whatever. It was my mom mainly.
Oh.
Yeah. So then I quit, and then the homeboys thing happened, and then my dad was like, how about you go to Daystar?
Yeah.
Because they have this course. So I went to Daystar. I think one thing that I'll always cherish about my dad is even when I decided I'm going to pivot, let me change my mind, let me do other things, he'd go with it. It's like, okay, how do we make this road easier for you?
Yeah.
Rather than, wewe mtoto mbaya sitaki kuongelesha tena, you wasted our money. It was parallel, it was not kidogo money.
Yeah, najua naweza guess parallel ya medicine pesa ngapi?
At the
Be
time
expensive.
it was $500,000 a year. I
Yeah.
don't know how much
Na hii
it
ni
is now.
like 22 years ago. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot of money
Yeah.
that time.
2001.
Yeah.
Because your time
I don't know
usisahau.
how my father still talked to me after that. My mom barely did. She was so angry with me. He still spoke to me. It was just that support here.
Kusunza try kuimagine hiyo time mkate ilikuwa ni 20 something shillings
Hey.
saizi ni 65
It was 20 bob.
saizi ni 20 nyae saizi jo life imekuwa
We-
ngumu.
Then it's 60.
Kwanza the mkate is that much, and then my cleaning lady comes, she can dust a whole loaf by herself. I'm like, wow, ma'am.
Wow. But so did your mom come to accept me?
Yeah, she
How long
did.
ilimchukua ku accept
It
media?
took her a couple of years. Even now, she's still like, yes, you do something else. Yeah, me and my mom have come a long way.
Yeah. I always nini vile mention your story, it's mothers and daughters who fight. Really notice I feel like dads
And
with
sons.
daughters we are very whatever with our daughters, but we are harsher with our sons.
And it's the same way.
Of
Mothers and sons.
and
It's
then
very
very
harsh.
harsh with daughters.
I think it's because you see yourselves in those children of the same sex.
Yeah. So unakuwa nini?
So it's like my mom was very hard on me. And then later on I realized it's because we are very alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Me and my mom are the same person, essentially. We even have the same voice. Like if you call my phone and she answers, you'll think you're talking to me. Only that she has like a small car accent. That's it. She's like a Kikuyu woman.
And
She says things like children.
yeah. So ali her she was working whatever a career woman amazi.
Yeah, same. She was working. My dad was working. Yeah.
Oh, so ako napikia buda gima.
My mom is such a good cook. Yeah, she used to cook, but only on weekends. Because weekdays, there was a house help.
Oh.
But then Saturday and Sunday, it was my mom who used to cook.
Yeah.
Like from breakfast until dinner. It was my mom. Yeah.
Okay. So nini we mwenye, do you see yourself ever getting a house help? Is it something you...
I don't know. If I had kids, maybe. But then...
This story ya nini haikukusikia? This story from Kilifi County?
When you listab mtu. But here's the thing. Wives kill husbands all the time. Do men stop getting married? Women, we are killed by romantic partners. Like femicide is a thing.
Yeah.
We are actively murdered. Does it stop people from having boyfriends?
Okay. You still whatever.
Yeah, but you're totally nishtua.
Yeah, ilishtua. Like the fact kwanza telimwambia tusonge asubuhi, then she just followed. So ilikuwa nini.
It was very premeditated, I think.
But now nini tukiruka kidogo kwa hii story ya media, there's one person that two people have come to this bench ama this couch and they've said this is the greatest one of the greatest human beings to ever walk planet Earth, and that person is Larry Madowo. Na watu wamemsifu ni Butita na Kingori. So you experience yako ya Larry?
Larry is an incredible human being. He's kind. He gives people opportunities. When you fuck up, he'll tell you like, yo, that's fucked up. He's just a really good guy. He's a really decent human being. If you're his friend and he can help you in any way he can. And that's why he has such good karma.
Yeah.
That's why things work out for him. Because he's a genuinely good person. He's a good guy. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who knows Larry, not when you wanakumona tu social media alafu they decide wanamchukia tu for nothing. Anyone who knows Larry will say what I'm telling you right now. He's a good guy.
Yeah, because even what he did for the industry, I think through the trends.
Yeah. He's a good, artists who waliomoka waliappear on the trend. Me, my career jumped off because of the trend. I have learned so much from him as a journalist and as a friend. He's a really... Hey, Larry, on the off chance you watch this. Good looking out, bro. Also, Tom Ford. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tom Ford tengezeza madem pia? because I'm
Tom
assuming
Ford
it's perfume.
colognes are so good that they can be unisex.
Yeah,
And that's why they cost millions.
I know they cost a lot. Tom Ford is
One bottle of Tom Ford is like 40 G's or something like that. You're like,
What?
yay! Naniosha dhambi.
hizo muziangaliaga tu
And you will know when someone is wearing Tom Ford. Ushaipitwa na mtu kwa barabara even you're like, hey, my guy.
unanuka pesa.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
So inaonyesha kuchezwa na mtu amevaa nini? Amevaa Tom Ford ni rahisi. Like to be
Kwanza around 2021 there was someone who attempted to character develop me. Also a Luo man. Me by the way, I think I accepted my fate.
yeah,
Luo man have me by the throat. Like, and I'm like, yes, daddy.
So hujakubali udhamaki ne witho dhamaki ne shiao. Wanasema tu
Na dhamaki no deshide. We eat them. Yeah, so he had like a whole cologne collection. You know, that's funny stereotype for, hey, bearded bald Luo man. Be afraid. He was a bearded bald Luo. Smelled very nice. Miliona karibu niingie kwa shimo of my own making. Sio story ikaisha tu hivyo.
Okay, at least ulijitoa kwa noma. Lakini simuona
no, nilijitoa pia yeye akaanza kujitoa pia. So it was a mutual parting of ways. Yeah.
Alafu sana nini saizi since unaingia kwa stories za podcasting tubonge juu ya few stories but before sunza bonga juu ya podcast yako, it's called The Undiscovered Pod.
Yes, so I have a podcast called The Undiscovered Podcast. There have been a few delays with the launching, but we finally kind of ironed out our teething issues. My co-host is the Charles Owuda. If you don't know who it is, you better know. He's one of Kenya's finest actors. So basically what we're going to be talking about is art, music, culture, just getting to know people, whether it's musicians, whether it's people who paint, people who draw. And also be discovering like places in Kenya, pali like if you want to find out where can I take my girlfriend on a date for 500 shillings, we will show you those places. Or kama unataka kuonyesha demu kona do, where can you buy a 7,000 shilling steak or 20,000 bob steak?
Okay.
Yeah. And just basically take this journey of discovering this continent together. So that's the podcast.
Yeah. Kwa nini inaitwa Undiscovered? Ama you mnaambia watu things they've not discovered?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Alafu pia the artists wasanii wenye tunataka ku-interview are the ones people are sleeping on. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Because right now, I don't know why the industry in Kenya behaves like this. Watu behave kama at there's only room for 3 or 4 people at a time. And I hate that shit.
Yeah, kuna kuwaga na hiyo.
I hate that shit. It's not cool.
Yeah. Afu hata kabla nisahau jo, cause mi naanzisha podcast ya pili, I love podcasting.
Woo!
So the Mwafrika podcast iko on the Mwafrika channel, episode 1 ishaanguka.
What's the Mwafrika podcast about?
It's about now Africa. Like, you know, the name Africa means African in Swahili.
Yeah.
So like even the first episode, it's just me and a certain South African just talking about I'm trying to understand South Africa. But so South Africa kuna power rationing.
Yeah, they call it load shedding.
Yeah, they call it load shedding. So we couldn't even finish it. So watu wataona wako like, we need to stop na ile accent. Okay, sijui kufanya accent yao. But yeah, so your episode 1 ime drop.
We need to stop this podcast.
Yeah. So we had that.
And I'm having so much fun, but
alafu kitu funny that I noticed now ni they all have ile anini of xenophobia ndani yao. You're like nothing of blaming foreigners. Like I think it's so ingrained in them. Ile unasikia mtu anakuambia like when I look at, I see so many Somalis. I see so many. I think like that's not a Kenyan thing. Like, have you ever gone to Isili and be like, these are too many Somalis? I've never found myself saying that.
I've had a few xenophobic Kenyans, but it's not part of our culture. I think by nature, Kenyans are very welcome.
We are very welcome.
Yeah. I don't know. But then, you know what I think? And it's something that we see in countries where there was apartheid or like institutionalized racism.
US, SA.
So how the colonialism and racism and apartheid, all those things work is you have to distract the people that you're oppressing, you have to give them a common enemy that is not you.
Yeah.
So that you can do your things in peace. So I think for them, their thing was, the common enemy
other
was
Africans.
Other Africans, I think. So it's sikupenda kwao. They've been through some shit, bro.
Yeah, I know they've been through whatever. Alafu pia nini, there's a very interesting debate that nini, something that someone pointed out akiwapa kwa hii podcast. Do you know a comedian by the name of Justin Wonder? Some girl, Justine Wonder. She's a comedian.
The chick who does the news.
Yeah.
About news by Justine. Walk by Justine.
Yes, Fake Walk by Justine.
Yes.
So she said something very
so cool.
interesting. Alisema, and then I saw someone kwa comments, you go like, no. She said that artists in other countries are bigger than politicians. And someone disagreed kabisa. Akisema, akapatia an example yake iko like, Joe Biden is bigger than Jay-Z. But I'd want you to see, because I have an opinion on why I think Jay-Z is bigger than why I think Burna Boy is bigger than Ruto. But where opinion yako?
I completely agree. There's some countries that artists are bigger than politicians. It's only that the reverse is true here. We've really deified. We've made politicians like gods, and that's why we're in the situation we're in right now. But yeah, who in the right mind will say that Joe Biden is bigger than Jega? In what universe? How?
I think what wanna confuse power and being big. Because power ni temporary. It has an expiry.
Yeah. After he finishes, I mean, he'll have the Secret Service for the rest of his life, but that's it. Jigga will always be Jigga.
Yeah.
Who would say that?
Someone said that.
Me, that's why I believe sometimes people need to... an IQ test has to be administered before you're allowed to have a social media account, because...
Because me, a simple example nezapatiana ni saizi Ruto akienda tu across to ende Uganda, sindio? Ama across ende TZ, who will pull a bigger crowd, Ruto huko in TZ ama Uganda, or Diamond akikuja Kenya?
It's
Diamond. Because Ruto, you don't even know
that.
Yeah, like your president is only important in your country. The minute you go, kuna joking even I like asking everyone, like, do you know the vice president of Uganda? Ni nani? It's a certain lady.
Yeah. People don't, like, for instance, if we were to hear that Beyonce was coming to do a concert in Kenya, and Ruto also has a rally on the same day, who do you think people will go see more? Or Jigga, or if Michael Jackson was still alive, tell me which politician has been bigger than Michael Jackson ever?
Because mi niko nasema ile, like, because you find a politician, they are who are classified as local artists, so you are very big at home, but outside home
no one gives a fuck.
Burna Boy anajaza stadium England. Saizi Ruto akiamua, I'm going to give a speech.
Wembley.
Yes.
Did he sell out?
Yeah, he did.
And he's also sold out Madison Square Garden.
So I think when nani alisema hivo, mtu hakuwa na understand like what they mean. They also are very rich and it's clean money.
Yeah.
Because politicians are rich, but it's...
Plus artists influence people positively.
Or negatively.
But mostly, yes.
Yeah.
Na historia nini? Historia Nyamo nani? Samido.
Wacha nisiongelelea vitu hizo. I wish I could have a private conversation with you, Karen. Call me.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Okay. Unataka kumpatia advice gani? Tupatie pia si advice yetu isikie.
I just feel like there's more she could be doing with her platform. And she's a lawyer, like, girl, you're an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. What are we doing?
You girls.
How you being known more as being someone's side chick, bro? And not at his side, over musician also, but no Samido pia ni Karau. Mugithi has a lot of money. My Croa made money, even though I could not go to my Croa with any older relative, because the things that man used to say, like,
Okay. He's still performing, huh?
He's still,
but he's not as big as he used to be, did he?
Yeah.
My
Croa used to stop being big.
I think that
people who have come,
is still a crowd puller.
Yeah. Because Road was attempt tours everywhere, UK, Europe, bank. Yeah, but basically what I'd just tell Karen is just remember why you're there. You're bigger than whatever relationship you're in. Please remember, you're a smart girl, do better.
Na skandole nani ulionaje? Yomanga? The Omanga scandal. How was it
What
for
was
you?
that scandal again? Ebu, remind me.
See, her nudes leaked. And she can arch her back. Damn, okay. I didn't expect
anything that could have been said as I feel unfortunate that I feel bad for any woman whose nudes are leaked. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, boy, lakini anaweza art, si ndio? For
Yeah.
you wait, Jo.
You guys have that conversation. I'll stay over here.
Okay, so another there's this very interesting story I saw today. I don't know if you've ever had this story. Nataka kusikia opinion yako. Apparently, it's the reason why Lena Moi and Moi separated.
Yeah, we've been hearing this story especially as children growing up in the 80s, because those days we never had a first lady. Remember, it was just MO1. So you used to wonder, where is the president's wife?
So we version umesikia ni gani?
Sijui walikosananga, sijui I don't know there was which event, and I don't know how she behaved, and he hated it. And
Yeah, so apparently there was what is it called? There was a dance. So the dance was happening at what is it called? Like one of those presidential places,
Yeah.
And everyone was to dance with someone. So the fact that she was married and saved, she didn't feel like it's right for her to dance with another man.
But then M1 decided, I'm going to dance.
Yeah, so M1 alikuwa na dance na mtu huko, alafu there's an actual photo of her dancing with Kenyatta, and she looks bored, now Lena. And so after hapo, M1 felt embarrassed and just akamwa kumtuma ocha. Yeah. Manaje? Kwani religion wagaina affective?
I knew the atheism was going to come.
That's what I was getting at. Like, she messed up a whole first lady life, soft life. Yeah.
I think people have very different relationships with religion. I know there are people I know who are deeply. I've seen that.
She looks bothered.
Yeah, you see.
Wow, she is big mad.
Alafu Jomo looks rapey.
Yeah, he looks rapey.
No, Jomo looked like he'd gone behind the tent.
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah, but I think people have very different relationships with religion. I know there's some people I know who are religious that are really good people.
Yeah.
And there are people I know who are religious that the religion has just made them. I think religion can bring out either the best in people or the worst in them, but it can only bring out what was already there. You're a shitty person. And you decide you're going to be a religious person. I think religion has the capacity or the potential to make you the shittiest version of yourself. You're a shitty person. But if you're a good person, religion is not going to change that. That's what I believe. Because I think, I have a very complicated relationship with religion because I was raised Catholic. And Catholicism is really dogmatic. It's about... So in some ways, I'm a person of structure because that's how I grew up. But there are certain things that were handled in certain ways that I am not a huge fan of. Do I believe in God? Yes, very much I do. But I believe that organized religion just brings out the worst in people. That's my relationship with religion, basically.
Oh, okay.
Faith, yes. Religion, yeah.
Oh, okay. Alafu now, talking of, you remember when we were talking about there's this intersection that's happening right now,
Yeah.
Yeah, like modernity and traditions. So last week, a few weeks ago, there was this chick who posted a photo of a dude sleeping, and she took the picture of him. And so Saizi, now as a feminist, how's that? Is that part of it? You're like,
wait, okay, I want to get the full context. So she took a photo of him sleeping,
yeah,
because they just had sex.
They just had sex, but he was dead asleep.
No, that's wrong. Consent. Like I keep saying, feminism is all about choices, and what big part of consent is choice. Have I given you the choice? Have you agreed for me to take that photo of you and upload it? No. Then stop being up to fuckery and behave yourself.
Okay. But
consent. If this person, after your dame, how would she feel if that man woke up and she's asleep and anze kumpiga picha?
I think yangefurahi because I think maybe it scores you points.
Cloud
Girls, mukika chini ka girls and someone comes and a girl comes and says she slept with this celebrity. Does it score points amongst girls? Because I don't know. Because for boys it does.
I can't talk about like all girls. The same way you can't talk about... The same way you can't talk about all men, you know.
Hey.
Dude, if you slept with a celebrity, all men see what itakuwa like if you are honest, if you are honest, that's why like
I think it also depends on the celebrity. Do you know what I mean? If you came and told me you'd slept with that handsome man from Bridgerton, even me I'd be like, girl.
Okay, kuna kwa kana that ka light
or
skin
Idris Elba, or locally who do I find? Okay, Lomax.
yeah. Nataka kuvunja nyumba yako wewe. Unajua sisi we don't even.
No, I'm not saying, I'm saying I find him attractive. I would not sleep with him. However, if someone came and said we did it, I'd be like, also Kelomax is also a very married man. So
Okay. Yeah, alafu.
Married.
Yeah, unapenda dhamaki. Unapenda dhamaki.
By the throat, bro. Like.
So kuna wale specific, eh?
But then also it depends on the friend group. It depends on the people who, if you go tell your girl something, they won't be happy for you. Then now they'll jump into that man's DM like, sup?
Okay. And that's so good for the man. Yeah.
So he's collecting them like infinity stones.
Yeah. Hizo ndio zake.
Thanos.
Yeah. And the funny thing is nilikuwa na hii conversation hatujaika to have this through the phone.
Yeah.
Nataka sana kukaa chini na BN. And I was telling BN that Mimi, remember when I was telling you I was a horrible human being? I was telling BN like I don't understand how Ali settle that quick. Because I try to imagine if you can sing vile nyu ingia kwa DM. Hakuna vile na settle mapema. Me, as in more understand. When Diamond breaks a girl's heart, I understand. More like, who are you to think you are the one?
You thought you're the one who's going to make this man settle?
Let Diamond enjoy. Ni Simba. Simba hezi kuwa na Lioness moja. Yeah.
Wewe kuna Lioness wangapi?
Mi si Simba mimi.
Weni?
Yeah. Me I'm just mi ni samaki. I don't know but I feel like haina fisi. But mi si fisi. So anienjoy hivyo cause my nickname
once upon a time.
Yeah.
Sana kwanza.
My nickname as a kid my mom's sis used to call me Ondiek, which inamaanisha fisi. So I lived the name at some point. But then but I feel like singers, it's a whole different equation. Because as rappers, radio presenters, you had to slide into the DMs.
Yeah.
As a singer,
you already
girls
have them.
are sliding into your DM. It's a whole different
Is that true though? Because I think also girls also slide into, like, I'm sure Kendrick Lamar's DMs are in tatters.
Yeah, kuna hiyo. But singers get more.
Yeah, I mean, because
like
you're there looking into it, looking into people's eyes. That's why they've tried to cancel Chris Brown and they can't.
Yeah.
Because women will still love him.
Yani will him forgive for smacking Rihanna? Me as a dude, I've never forgiven
Who's me?
him.
Me, I've never. No. Is he a good musician? Yes. Do all his songs sound the same? Also, yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Because me, it's now the funny thing is, ukitaka kujua vile Michael Jackson was a superstar, I can name so many MJ songs. I can't name a single
Not one.
Chris Brown song.
But then also, like, there's also a thing called age range. Eh?
Yeah.
And for us older, are you Gen X or are you a millennial? What year were you born? 80?
80.
Yeah, you're the first millennial.
Yeah, ni sisi.
Yeah, that's where you're the ones who began. And those of us who grew up in the 80s, we have the privilege of actually having listened to some great music.
Yeah.
Now we are sounding old because even our parents say, what is this you are listening to in my day? Now we are sounding like our parents now.
Because I loved you. I don't know if it was called disco or funk. Akina nini? How would Black Box be classified? Because I used to love Black Box. That woman. Like a black woman.
It was
I used to love that woman. Damn.
It's house. That was early house music.
I don't know she was based in Italy. Where do you go? Like she was basically Italian.
It makes sense. It actually tracks because isn't house the home of house music in Europe? It's not the States. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Most of the big house DJs are they American? Like DJ Tiesto and what is the guy who died?
Avicii.
Swedish guy.
Avicii.
Yeah. Swedish House Mafia. Like the biggest house artists are European. They're not American, are they? I think Calvin Harris is British, isn't he? Yeah. Is he British or American? I could be wrong. I would check.
Talking of Avicii, there's someone I saw. It was not funny enough. I think it was Len Ngugi. So Len Ngugi in an interview alikuwa anasema nowadays we misuse the phrase mental health.